Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today's video is sponsored by Humaniq and I'll be reviewing their project. Also going to be talking about their documentary, which will be coming out soon. It might already be out by the time you're watching this. And they have a trailer for this film, which I'll be leaving a link to that in the description of this video. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But to talk a little bit about what Humaniq is all about, their goal is to empower the unbanked and to create a self-deploying financial infrastructure to bring hope for those millions and millions of unbanked people, actually even billions of unbanked people. So going to talk more about that trailer because that was actually created during their challenge and their expedition to Africa. They already have a token which is live on Bittrex HMQ, and they even have an app which is on the Google Play Store. As you can see, it got a lot of good ratings here. So they're basically already a working product at this point. And moving forward, we can see that Humaniq is a new generation financial services with its own cryptocurrency, which is aimed at eradicating poverty amongst millions of people living in the emerging economies. Now, for the unbanked people, Humaniq opens up the benefits of financial inclusion and grants access to a series of financial services. For businesses, Humaniq enables startups and projects to offer their services to an audience of billions. And these unbanked people, they don't have, banks, lending options, stuff like that. So that's truly great that they're able to do this. Now, according to the World Bank's Global Financial Inclusion Database, there are currently 2.5 billion people on Earth who do not have access to financial services. And that comes out to, over 50% of adults, which is a pretty shocking number. I'm pretty sure that most people in developed countries don't really realize that, but the majority of the adults don't actually have official financial services, and that's a huge untapped market. Now, a little quote from Bill Gates here: "The world is ready for change. Including the poorest in the financial system increases the value of their assets, transforming the underlying economics of financial services through digital currency, helping those who live in poverty directly." What makes Humaniq a big thing? Well, basically they're connecting the unbanked. 10 years of research across Asia and Africa carried out by authors of Portfolios of the Poor show that poverty proliferates in regions whose inhabitants do not have access to financial services. And that really makes sense when you think about it. So Humaniq is becoming the simplest route to financial inclusion for billions of people. And user base exponential growth, according to Metcalfe's law, the value of network is proportional to the square of the number of its users. So for Humaniq, this means that the more unbanked people who join the system, the greater the motivation will be for other people to join, and that really creates kind of a snowball effect. Now, simplicity and safety for the unbanked. They have multiple things set up here for that, and one of them is biometric authentication, so users are verified by their face and voice, eliminating the need for formal documentation. Not necessarily easy in certain countries, so that really simplifies things. They have their independent HMQ currency. Every new user receives $20 worth of HMQ in their account, the value of which bears no relation to their local currency, so it's $20 every time. And the interface is simple to interact with, even for those who have never used gadgets before. Now, extraordinary opportunities for businesses. It's based on Ethereum blockchain protocol, so that obviously, guarantees immutability, security, a certain amount of security, and also transparency. They also have independent fund and accelerators, so external projects and promising ideas can receive expert support and investment for a launch into the Humaniq system and really be able to support those projects. They also have open API, which means that any project can merge into the Humaniq system. Now, Humaniq's ever-growing database is a blue ocean for thousands of new projects. We can see that 1 million new users in the coming years, $4 trillion potentially in user accounts. Keep in mind, we're talking about billions of people here. And 200 plus startups are planning to move onto the HumanIQ platform. Now, what are some of the use cases of Humaniq? So, they have zero-fee money transfers. They have remote work, so companies can utilize Humaniq's ever-growing user base to carry out tasks involving the processing of information. So users can decode and translate text, identify photographs, locate geotags, and so on, and get remuneration in return. Now, we're going to also talk, I just want to talk a little bit more about those zero-fee money transfers. And basically, users can choose the point with the exchange best rate, therefore avoiding any financial monopolies. They are also cutting out middlemen with direct money transfers. Moving forward, we can see that they have charity without corruption. Now, basically, there's often, money that ends up in the wrong hands with certain charities, and through blockchain technology, combined with the infrastructure of Humaniq, that ensures that every donation is completely transparent, and stakeholders are able to see every penny which is spent and be sure that that's going towards the right people. Now, they also have guarantor lending, and basically the Humaniq system allows for the creation of a similar system but on a global scale. So the system is one that was created by a bank in Bangladesh that basically makes it so that it guarantees over 90% repayment. On the global scale, every person on Earth will be able to take out a commission-free loan using nothing but a smartphone and the Humaniq app. Once again, focusing on that simplicity here. And they also have direct lending to entrepreneurs. So that goes back to supporting those projects within the ecosystem. And Humaniq will become a platform for both donation and loans. You can lend money to a business you'd like to support, either as a grant or with the expectation of a return. And the blockchain technology makes this process incredibly simple and effective for both parties. Once again, we have some transparency there that comes into play due to blockchain technology, which is great. Let's talk about Humaniq's global challenge. And this is where the documentary comes into play. So basically, life-changing technology. Humaniq grew out of the idea that advanced technologies should benefit everybody. And now they wanted to take that, kind of around the globe, right? Create that movement and also have a humanitarian impact, which means that it's not just a commercial product, but a worldwide mission aiming to give people in developing nations more power to change their lives. So they created the Humaniq Expedition, the first step in financial inclusion. And they had, a startup contest. So basically, in order to bring together a network of like-minded individuals, they chose 10 projects for entry into the Humaniq system and launched their Humaniq Global Challenge. The benefit is that 10 finalists will receive expert advice from top consultants and a trip to Kenya, right? And that's where the documentary actually took place. So the 3 best teams went to Kenya to learn more about the lives of unbanked people and put the finishing touches to their projects ahead of an ICO. Let's talk a little about the team. The CEO, very interesting background. He actually worked with the UN to lead the deployment of blockchain technology to improve the efficiency of UN resources and remittances. Pretty big team, also a number of advisors and ambassadors. And like I said, to bring some focus towards that documentary, please check out the link at the description of this video to the trailer, and I'll also leave a link to their website, of course, to learn more about them. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.